Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to the room. Please welcome to the stage Abhishek Kumar with What's New in 4.19.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, everyone here, everyone online. So let's talk about what's new in CloudStack 4.19, the upcoming release. So a little bit about me. I've been committed at Apache CloudStack project. Been here for nearly 5 years now. Need to change that since it has been made official now that I will be PMC. Working as software engineer at Shapblue, I like to devote my time to houseplants and do a bit of gym. So that's me. Here's the agenda. We'll talk briefly about LTS releases in CloudStack, recent and upcoming releases. Mainly 4.19, timeline for it, some key features, and if we have time, some Q&A feedback. So let's dive into it. Generally, we aspire to do 2 releases per year, 2 major releases, and then 1 or 2 minor releases, dot releases with fixes and some improvements, minor improvements. So that's generally our schedule look like. Currently, we have LTS release 4.18.1, which was released in September. We did a great job managing that. Before that, we did 4.18 and 4.17.2. In future, we will be coming up with 4.19 and possibly a 4.18.2 dot release. So that's about the LTS releases. About 4.18 and 4.18.1, we added a lot of new features. Quick recap of those. We added S-zones, auto-scaling. We did a lot of improvements in managed user data, 2-factor authentication, SDN integration, and things like that. There were over 300 new features, so a great release, to be honest. With respect to 4.19, this is the timeline. Initially, we expected it to be done in Q3, but right now, with lots of interesting features and work going on, we have been trying to include most of the things. So for last 14 weeks, we are trying to accept all the bugs, issues, and improvements, all the new features. With the latest timeline that we posted on mailing list, we will try to cut RC in early December. So there might be a code freeze in probably first week of December itself. So yeah, if you are interested, please check the RC and try to test it. Now, the main point, the key features that we will be coming up in 4.19. I will be going through some of these features, but this is not a definitive list because it is not released yet. Once it is released, there might be few features which miss out with testing and everything, or there could be some more features that I am not mentioning here. So first, object storage feature. We are adding a object storage framework through which any object storage provider can be added that complies to S3 protocol. To get started, we have added MinIO plugin as a provider. So it works with simulator as well. So if you want to integrate your object storage stuff with CloudStack, that should be easier now. This has a really great potential. Maybe in future it could even replace or add as an option of secondary storage. So really nice feature. we are still in a phase of testing. It should be merged in the code probably next week or so. So that's about object storage. Then we are adding KVM ingestion. In, I guess, 4.14, we added VMware ingestion where infrastructure which is not present in CloudStack can import VMware-based virtual machines into CloudStack. So building upon that, now we are coming up with KVM ingestion, where workloads from tools such as Proxmox and Overt can be imported into CloudStack, and then CloudStack can manage them as other resources which are deployed from CloudStack itself. It is a larger feature. It incorporates GSOC project that we did this year, which was extend export import instances to KVM. So similar to existing functionality, this will also have support in UI and same in API as well. Then we are also coming up with managed Kubernetes cluster. Probably last year we added this CAPC support. So now CloudStack will be coming up with this concept of managed and unmanaged Kubernetes cluster, where unmanaged clusters will be something that we deploy from CAPC or other tools, and CloudStack could show you those in the interface and provide options to manage through CloudStack itself. This also needs a CloudStack Go SDK release. So I guess once we have 4.19, we will also be having a supporting Go SDK release as well. Then we are also coming up with VMware to KVM migration. As Rohit talked about, a lot of users are looking for moving to KVM. So we are trying to add functionality in CloudStack, both with API and a UI wizard to import or existing VMware instances can be migrated to KVM. So this is done through Vert V2V, and should be a smoother process for someone looking to migrate their VMware-based infra to KVM with all its goodness. It adds the same UI wizard. New API is added for this. So yeah. Next, we are adding a CloudStack DRaaS feature. It automates the balancing of workload across host. So it should be a great functionality or option for administrators to balance their infrastructure. I guess Vishesh will be doing a talk tomorrow on this to explain this more in detail. But in brief, there are, I guess, two algorithms, condensed and balanced, where condensed ensures all loads, workloads use minimum of hypervisors and things like that. So it enhances the cloud environment performance. We talk about green computing and things like those. So really nice that CloudStack is progressing in that front as well. Then probably the thing that most of the CloudStack user will be noticing in 4.19 release, we have redesigned dashboard interface. It is now a much more informative and a card-based interface. So you get all the details straight after logging in. We also have a global create button now, which can help you go directly into forms or views where you want to deploy a particular resource. So if I try to show you that. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is my simulator environment. So I just logged in as administrator here, and I can see everything that should be important to me as an administrator. We even show this host in alert state. It is quite intuitive when there are hosts. It changes color, things like all the metrics in visual form. So this should really enhance the experience of working with CloudStack, both as a admin and as a user. Similar interface is also provided when a normal user logs in. So, yeah. Yeah, coming back. Yeah, we are also adding VMware Appliance Support. I guess we will be talking about it either today or tomorrow. It simplifies the deployment of VMware appliances through a UI wizard where everything is smoothened out. So earlier, administrator have to deploy at least three different networks manually, but this thing simplifies that in a great deal. It would help service providers with offering VNF appliances to their users. So yes, great thing that is coming in 4.19 as well. Next, Snapshot Copy. We already support copying of template across different zones to make it available everywhere. With the same idea and also with similar implementation, now you can copy and backup your snapshot across different zones. So it would help with data replication if you want to set up something with disaster recovery. Alex will be doing a nice demo with this, so be sure to check it out. It works in similar manner as templates are done. So if you have experienced that, it simply tries to host on the source zone, the snapshot file and files, and then other zones copy it from there. So, yeah. CloudStack already supports SAML and LDAP for user access. Now we are also coming up with OAuth to support. So you can add any OAuth to supported provider with CloudStack. Currently, we have added support for Google and GitHub. This is already merged something. So if you are interested in improving this or checking it out, you can maybe try one of those nightly builds. It should be a really interesting way of providing access to users by administrators. I guess we have a talk on this tomorrow, so check it out in that, how it works. We have a number of improvements to VPCs coming up in 4.19. We have the concept of domain VPCs, where a VPC can be owned by a particular domain, and then any account can deploy a network tier in that. So this should be pretty interesting use case for some of the providers. Only thing right now, this support is only with API. So I guess you need to create network API with different accounts to check this out. Similarly, we are adding a concept of global ACLs for VPCs. If you have experienced it, right now we have default rules, ACL rules for VPC, default allow and default deny. In the same concept, you can now create your custom ACL rules and use those to apply to your VPC networks. So should give a good new dimension to VPCs in CloudStack. Then we have a lot of storage plugin improvements with different providers coming up in 4.19. We will be seeing fiber channel support to support HP Enterprise primary line of storage devices, and then pure flash array devices. So this is still under testing. We are trying to find if there are no regression issues, but pretty sure it can make into 4.19. We have multiple improvements from Linstore. Snapshot backup, which is already supported on other storage providers with NFS, Store Pool, and others, is coming to Linstore as well. So you can now, if you are using a Linstore primary storage, you can now back up your snapshot to secondary storage as well. Then there are multiple fixes around resize and template copy with Linstore. Similarly with Store Pool, interestingly, KVM host HA enhancement is coming. Earlier it was supported with NFS or probably Ceph, but now it is also coming with the Store Pool. There's volume encryption support. There's support for storage and volume stats. So really nice to see those integrations coming up well with CloudStack. Then we have this new feature called Schedule Instance Lifecycle Operations, where you can schedule some of the lifecycle operations for an instance in a hypervisor agnostic manner. It provides optimization of resource utilizations. Operators can provide a Unix cron or human readable format in terms of time and schedule. So it would allow in running VMs or instances to start, stop, reboot, and things like those. Really nice feature. We have a nicely built UI for this, so please check this out. Then we also have a feature coming up with public IP quarantine, where a IP will be in a quarantine mode for a desired duration before it can be reassigned to a different account, different or same account. So it adds a new global setting which can be used to define that duration, and then you have a bunch of APIs to perform those quarantine operations. It is, I guess this is already in main branch, so if you want, you can check that out. There are also right now we have already closed 224 items in the milestone. I may have missed some of these interesting features. So here's a brief list of other things that are coming. We have this feature of safe shutdown, where CloudStack management server will try to wait till any pending asynchronous job is completed. Then we have multiple improvements in user data functionality. Hari might be doing a talk on it tomorrow. So we have added things like concatenating or using multiple different user data types. We last release in 4.18 we added support for edge zones, so there are a bunch of improvements around that. Now we can deploy CKS cluster with edge zones, so that should be pretty interesting. We are also coming up with storage browser and granular storage management, where you can list all the files or snapshots or templates for a particular storage. So this should be interesting as well. We have added or refactored how guest management, guest OS are added and managed in CloudStack. So it should be a smoother process now. Then during this phase, we have upgraded and design library. So it should be, I guess, more robust now. We have added auto-enable, disable of KVM host on based on their health check parameters. So this should allow operators to optimize their resources. There are a bunch of improvements in backup and recovery framework. In terms of hypervisor, we have already added support for vSphere 8. We have things coming up with domains where subdomains can be moved across different domains. That should be pretty interesting as well. We upgraded our system VM template to Debian 11.8 or something. So should come up with all the new fixes in Debian. Along with this, all the bugs that were reported or fixed during after the release of 4.18.1, 4.18 and 4.18, between 4.18 and 4.18.1 will also be there in 4.19. Then statistically, Rohit already talked about, we are doing almost 100 PRs per month. So we have merged 188 PRs for 4.19 milestone. We have closed 224 items. And interestingly, there are during this time, there have been 40 unique PR contributors that are contributing code to CloudStack. So yeah, interesting times. That's mostly it from my side. We are still doing testing on all the existing PRs and features that have been contributed. So if you are finding anything interesting in this list, or maybe a few things that I missed, we have been doing nightly packages for a while. You can check those out, report issues. We'll try to fix those, or maybe add your suggestion if we improve them in future. So yeah, that's it from my side. Any questions, anything?
One, two.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. A lot of huge list of interesting pictures. I have questions about two of them. First, migration from VMware to KVM. I guess this works only if VMware hypervisors are part of the CloudStack cloud.
Yes. Maybe Nicholas can answer that because Nicholas or Bobby, they are working on this.
Yeah, and the second question, KVM ingestion. If you can tell a little bit more, does it support a live migration of VMwares, for example, from Ovirt or other system, or it just import the metadata?
I guess
just before you, if I may, Abhishek, quick to all, there are specific talks about those specific features. Absolutely, yes. So, okay. Nicholas, absolutely. Nicholas, you're doing your talk on VMware migration, and Jithin, and not the other. Sorry, so they didn't in-depth talk about the KVM ingestion. Right, VMware. Comes a bit later. Unless have you got an answer?
No, maybe I guess Kiran has worked on that bit, so maybe he can tell.
Yeah, so the KVM ingestion is the existing VMs on KVM hypervisors. If they are, they should be in stop state to be migrated back to CloudStack. So if whatever the KVM external VMs that are running on a hypervisor, we can import it back to the CloudStack environment.
But does it need this hypervisor to be already part of KVM's cluster?
No. It can be any other KVM external host, any KVM host. It doesn't need to part of the
Okay, and you can import running virtual machine.
Yeah.
Without the stuff.
Yeah, the virtual machine must be in stop state before you import it.
Sorry?
They must be in stop state.
Okay.
Then
But not restart.
not.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Just a little bit more detail about that. So what kind of compute offering and storage offering gets applied to the VMs that you import in, and how does it get assigned to a VPC or network?
You have option to select the network. When you click on import from external, you can select the network offerings and the compute offerings based on the parameters of the particular VM. Yeah.
I guess it is probably done in similar manner how we have that existing import wizard in UI. So you can use that, select the compatible networks, compatible offering based on that. Otherwise, with API, you have to do it manually and check compatibility.
Thank you. We are running out of time here, and I've got a few questions from the online audience. One of the questions is the new release stable or unstable? It's stable. Few questions about the VMware and KVM ingestion. As I said, there's a specific talk on that later today from Nicholas, so I can't get, if you don't mind, watch that talk. And all the talks are being recorded and will be available, so if you can't watch the talks live, they will be there online. We haven't got much time here, unfortunately, and also in the room, if you want more information about the questions you guys asked, obviously grab Kieran, grab Abhishek, grab Nicholas for a chat in the breaks, okay?
Yeah, sure, I can point to a specific person.
Great. Yeah, well, most of the questions are about the VMware. Is the replica across zones available for any storage provider or specific? I don't know if you can answer that one.
Because this is replica is stored on secondary store, so I don't think storage provider should affect that. If that storage provider already supports backing up of a snapshot on secondary store, it should be available across zone. Alex will be doing a talk about that, so maybe he can talk in detail about this as well.
Great, thank you. We're not going to have time to get all the questions. Just the last one here is: do we have tungsten still in the integration list? And that's obviously a much bigger question than can be answered today. There's lots of chat on the mailing list, I believe, going on about where that's going, and there'll be a lot of chat in the room, I suspect, over the next couple of days on that. So we can't really answer that right now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Abhishek.
Thanks.